Hello, my name is Lauren Altizer. I am a high school Spanish teacher, former middle school teacher in Fayette County, Georgia at Whitewater High School. And this is my Artifact 5 for Standard 2.3 Criterion 7, which is model new resources or tools. In this artifact, I'm just going to go over some mobile tools that I identified, explored, evaluated, how I curated those tools, and talk a little bit about adopting those in the classroom. This was a blog post that I created talking about different tools that I used. One was Nearpod. Nearpod was something that I had used before, and I was so excited when I first learned about it in my very first lesson with Nearpod. And I turned it on. I was like, "We're gonna do Nearpod," and all the kids said, "Oh, not Nearpod." And it was just very like, "What is going on?" But in talking with the students, learned that maybe teachers weren't necessarily using Nearpod as it was intended, and more as like a Google slideshow that was on their screen. So it's really cool to get to work with other teachers and hearing kids talk about what they were using in my class, and teachers coming and asking me to show them how to do Nearpod correctly. Padlet is another amazing tool that found out about during COVID lockdowns. It was great for class discussions when some of my students were in the room and some were not. It's really cool for using for portfolios, for group research, when students are starting to collect things. It can even be a portfolio of their learning throughout a semester. Another tool is Adobe Creative Cloud Express that I was looking at. We've now kind of, since I first created this assignment, I've moved more towards Canva because my district pays for the premium version of that. ThingLink is another thing that was really fun to use in the classroom. I learned about it at a conference, didn't really get a chance to use it because the conference was 1 week before COVID. And then when we got back, it was a really cool way to take pictures of the room in the school and make kids feel like they were at school when it wasn't their turn to be here. And then I just talking about different tips for managing mobile learning because it is difficult to keep kids on task. And we also have to be mindful about keeping kids safe when they're on. As far as curating resources and introducing them to others, I created a Nearpod about 3 mobile apps to support student collaboration. Each one has the title, what content area you could use it for, some of the accessibility features, how you could integrate it into a specific context, and then each one has a video. You can't see them at this length. And then a sample activity that teachers could use. And at the end of the Nearpod, there's a question like, which one of these tools do you think you would use? Because sometimes it is a little overwhelming. You can't implement everything at once. So reminding teachers that it's okay to just pick one thing and play with it. You don't have to do all the things all the time. And then this is a digital tools evaluation checklist that I created and evaluated each tool that I was through the course. And then here is where I engaged with one of my colleagues, where she commented on the post, and then I followed up with hers. Thank you so much for watching.